Ok. Vamos lá. Pois é, muita coisa. Mas é bom. Ei, olha o atraso que tem. Yeah. Che, caraças. Tá bem.
What is going on, guys? It is Jono. I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about N8N. This is a full crash course on this platform to take you from a beginner to a professional in a matter of just a few hours. Even if you've literally never come across this platform before, you're scratching your head, you're like, I've never seen this before. This video is for you because you are going to learn every single thing you need to know about N8N. In a nutshell, what this does is it acts as an automation platform to replace yourself from having to do the mundane, boring tasks that you absolutely freaking hate doing. Here's a couple examples. For example, we can build an AI agent that acts as an assistant that does all of the heavy lifting for you. If you need to upload documents to Google Drive or extract data from those documents, no problem, it can do that. It can manage your tasks. It can manage your social media posting. It can manage your Google Calendar and email account, or it can even call people on your behalf to book things for you. Or if you want to, you can also web scrape the internet. Take Toronto landscapers, for example. If you're doing some cold email outreach, then long gone are the days that you actually have to come in here and go through every listing one by one. That would be so boring and take so much time. And instead, we're gonna automatically pull that data out and push that into a Google spreadsheet just like this. The next thing that you can do is generate documents. Now, my business lives off these documents. I mean, we pump out like 16 of these documents every single day. There's over 150 variables pretty much on this one document that we automate. It would take like 30 minutes, but this is 100% automated using something like N8N. Or it can manage your calendar inbox, or it can manage your Gmail inbox, or you can deal with real-time, up-to-date analytics on your entire performance, whether it comes to marketing or sales or fulfillment. All of this kind of stuff can be automated. We're just connecting in all of these different applications through N8N. And so traditionally, what most people would do if they wanted to get started with N8N is they'd type in into Google being like, let me get started with N8N furiously with like two fingers. What is going on, guys? It is Jono. I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about N8N. This is a full crash course started with N8N is they type in into Google being like, let me get started with N8N furiously with like two fingers there, and then open up this very quick start guide, which is probably the longest start guide I've ever seen in my entire life. This just gives me carpal tunnel scrolling down the page. And you can treat this like the Amazon rainforest, where you're just like trying to like struggle your way through and bushwhack all the way through that frickin' documentation, or you could just watch a video like this that's gonna nicely summarize it in not too much time. Now, I did a similar video on make.com here where I did a crash course in 2 hours, and you can see the amount of comments here. This has really helped people out. There's just countless comments over and over and over again about people saying, hey, I was scared. This is an intimidating software and I was putting this off, and I watched this video and I really feel confident to take that first step, build out my first automation and implement this into my business. And you can just see these comments and scroll down for days, right? And this is exactly what we're gonna be doing in this particular video. We're gonna be teaching you everything you need to know about N8N. Let's dive into what that actually looks like. We're building out 5 scenarios. Now, the cool thing about these scenarios is that they actually work and they're actually beneficial to you, right? I'm not teaching you some BS scenario where you're just never gonna use it. So let's talk about the first scenario here. So if you're running a service-based business, you probably depend on lead generation as the lifeblood of your business. In something like this, when somebody inquires on your website, we're going to automatically add them to a Google Sheet, okay? And then we're going to send them an email, and then we're going to notify our team to give them a call so that we can jump on a call within 60 seconds. Now, the data is out. If you call within 60 seconds, you increase your conversion rate by 391%. So this one workflow alone is going to make you...
Yeah, I guess you can hear me, right? Kalapus? Good evening, or good afternoon, yeah.
On your website, we're going to automatically add them to a Google Sheet, okay? And then we're going to send them an email, and then we're going to notify our team to give them our team to give them a call so that we can jump on a call within 60 seconds. Now, the data is out. If you
Have
call
you
within
used
60
it,
seconds,
Kalapos?
you increase your conversion rate by 391%. So this one workflow alone is going to make you up to 4 times the amount of money if you implement it properly, right? So just that alone can be absolutely game changing. A lot of tasks for you. So if you want something to help you ahead and go around this talk,
Yeah, I just grabbed this video and I'm gonna go and try it.
Through the
I've
problems,
been
going to be
exploring
really learn this stuff so that you can go on and implement it into your own business or maybe sell these things. All of the applicants will have a minimum balance of side with me and we're useful. Are going to be real scenarios with real practical use cases in content like this. I highly recommend subscribing to my channel because I'm going to be building out interested in content.
So yeah, we are gonna build 5 scenarios and there are some free blueprints we can follow along. And yeah, go and find Jono and his work as well.
Just like
Maybe
different
you want to. I'm
maybe
gonna do
this
it with my
now like an actually so
experience,
just
right?
now
So,
enter
yeah.
key credentials. We're
Maybe
and results
you'll
13.
like
I'm going to
see
spend
it.
an email confirmation. Okay, and here is the email, and we can just go ahead and skip it. And then it's going to have this. Actually, skip over this because we're getting into conspiracy. Pretty
So
much
he's
every
not looking into self-hosting, but I am. Alfred Newtile. Okay, let me find. I think that name is not new to me. I've heard it before. Is he on YouTube or something? Oh, it seems like he explores.
All right, let's
oh,
start
and
digging
PHP
into
as well. PHP and LLMs. So that's down our alley, right? Are you also PHP developer?
All right, in business, you only get one chance to make a great first impression.
Welcome back to the Laravel Community Creator Series. Today we are joined by Alfred Nutelli,
he has been
and
to
he is,
News.
Hidden away at Pfizer for a while. I introduced, but for the past 3 years, I've been on my own and just producing more content for the public.
Laravel. Nice.
Being, on my own, it's a lot easier just to share things.
It's
awesome.
I don't know.
Before
Yeah, I have
that,
to
I
up
mean,
the stream. I'm back at
that type of
streaming.
stuff.
So I have to rewire all this stuff. It takes some time. So today is just a cold start.
So much.
Yeah, let's do some stuff.
The Python,
misses
I want to
music
connect all these
and,
things
yeah.
together with LLMs and
guess
technology. So then, like around that time,
We'll just wing it today. And
the
then we'll
base
see.
and to get going. There's another tool I've never used eyes on. Easy.
Yeah. I would be looking. Yeah, let's just go with like N8N self-hosting. We are developers, so we can go ahead and just do stuff, right? Hosting, yeah. Data modes, processes, yeah. So we're gonna go right now as in a local environment. I would rather have a compose. Okay, nice. So where's that compose? Here we are. It's here we go. Oh, with traffic and all, we don't need all of this. We'll be running locally. So today is 7th April, so we're gonna go with April 7 stream, yeah. N8N or stream 7 April, so April 04, 07, yeah, maybe April 07, N8N, let's go. So if we were to open this, Will it open somewhere? Yeah, it did already. So we're gonna go and make a new file, docker compose.yaml. You should have Composer installed in your system. I mean Docker and Docker Compose. I'm just gonna go and take the YAML, and we don't need traffic, which is a edge router. It would be the reverse proxy taking care of SSL and virtual hosts, etc. So we won't be needing those. So we don't have a host. Port, we changed it, so let's keep it. No HTTPS. Let's go with development and webhook. Yeah, so maybe we can get some local. Let's see what it comes. Genetic time zone. So what's that? Europe, Berlin, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll be good to go. Oh, hey Colapus, sorry to hear you're going. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it will always be on video on demand, so you can be able to see it tomorrow, something like that. Let's see what I've come up to. I'm trying to go with automations, of course, but yeah, I want to like learn the fundamentals. So I'm gonna go with botting basic stuff first, understanding APIs, using my own endpoints and so on, and from there move to AI and chatbots and all of those stuff. RAG, function use. So yeah, it will be fun. I hope you can join. Okay, let's see what this comes about. This, yep, let's go. Yeah, I should find some music streaming. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Thank you for joining. This is taking a while. Ouch, why is it taking so long? Jono is
Introducing Create Studio, the world's only AI-powered 3D character video creator that helps business owners.
In today's video, we're talking about how out, or we can do uptime here. What I mean, we want that outsourcing it to a platform system, and for the outsourcing it to a platform like. With that being said, let's go start at like the lowest plan here for $4.99 a month, and head into Google, and we're gonna select PX, and it requires Node.js, so on and so forth. And so pretty much immediately, you'll see the page will pay. And then once we're inside, we can skip their survey and manage app, and we're good to go. If you're going to be redirected password, and then so essentially N8N, it's not like the end of the world, but ideally just choose this is going location. This is going to mean that we want, and we're pretty much good to go. Now I've already actually gone ahead and
so something happened. It took some time, but here we are. Nice. So we're gonna go and start hitting our N8N. Here we go. Test.example.com. Issue on code. Password. Test.example.com. Password. Oh no. Oh no. So I will forget this. Password. Yeah. Password. One number, one capital letter. Hey, I think I'm totally going to forget this. No problem. So owner was set up successfully. There we go.
The city of Winnipeg won a hockey title. The city of Winnipeg won a hockey title. The city of Winnipeg won a hockey title. The city of Winnipeg.
Supradin Energy é um multivitamínico que te aproxima da tua melhor versão. Atua desde a primeira toma graças à sua fórmula única. Supradin Energy, energia para ir mais longe. E para a melhor versão depois dos 50, Supradin Energy 50 mais, com ação antioxidante e mais vitalidade. Aproveite já as promoções na gama Supradin. Bayer.
Your application is repo, okay? And then inside of this folder, for some reason, because developers are going to review it, and it's fast, people actually organize this very well. So here, for example, within this, you can have a release.md, You can have, for example, things like postmortems, and have literally like a date for every single postmortem you may have. Like locks on database, for example. .md
file, maybe for later. Read.
You can have, for example, docs pull request.md, and you have, this is the most important thing, you have a readme.md, which points to every single one of these documentation pieces individually, just like a table of contents. Okay, so this is what I'm using today, and I see myself using this all the time for documentation. What do you guys use, by the way? I'm literally curious. Confluence, by some people. Confluence is a Bitbucket thing, right? I think. Notion, which is interesting. NoDocs for Moda. VitPress, yeah, that's not bad. You still have this on the repo, and you use VitPress to serve these docs.
Okay, what else?
Confluence from Italician. Okay. Yeah, I feel like overall, this is literally the best way I have seen for organizing things, because it needs to go through a pull request. For some reason, people tend to actually maintain this a little bit more carefully. So for me, this is literally just, Git, the application.
An AI example.
Git
No,
repo.
I wanted something.
And I'm going to type here readme.md release.
I would actually be looking for something even more basic to start. So I'm gonna go and start, trigger manually, runs the webflow on receiving an HTTP request. Yeah, I guess we can try that. Yeah, nice. Test or production, what is... Oh, so they have different keys. Webhook-test and an UUID. They seem the same. It's just test or production. Yeah. Oh, we can change the path. Or... Oh, we can calculate, we can interpolate JavaScript. So yeah. Okay, so we don't... When we want to trigger something that it will keep rolling, we might respond immediately if it's like a long running task. Okay, seems cool. Basic auth. Oh, nice. With a credential. Other auth. Yeah. Sharing credentials. Okay. Name and value. Okay, got it. So this would be the easiest. Yeah, we don't need a... Yeah, so no authentication. Oh, nice. Okay, so we can literally come here and have a run file hashbank / user bin env push, right? And we're gonna just go and curl that. So if we were to chmod +x run, I could even, yeah, I have a run file I typically use, so I can get it from here, and yeah. Let's get, whoops, not this, but this, like so. And we're gonna go and make a function which is call webhook. Yeah, just call, yeah. And I'm gonna go and put it inside this function body. And that's it. If all goes well, I'm gonna go and run. I even have the alias, so run call. And did it do anything? Huh. It should have done, right? What's it replying? Come on, what's happening? Whoa. Not found? What do you mean not found? What? This is a GET request. If I go on the browser, now it has started. But This is not okay. What I have to do, a get request? I forget, I don't know, yeah. Not like so. Ah, there we go. So we can listen to it and yeah, we just tested we can have it run at this trigger. So we could call something like so from a Laravel application or something like that. Okay. Yeah, so okay, we're gonna go and back to canvas. So starting on a webhook. We can do lots of stuff. Oh no, I'm even lost. I have to get something. Sentiment analysis. Whoa, this is too much. Action in an app. Whoa, we can do so many stuff. Ooh. Okay, I've seen GitHub. Could we get our assigned tests, for example? Or assigned tasks, I mean. Create a file, issue, create an issue, get an issue, release. Whoa, this is so much. Hey, hello Marcus. How are you, my friend? Doing well? Hope so. Long time no see, huh? Nice to see you. Yeah, I gotta go and find some practical use case.
Every single thing on this page, possibly that you can see in terms of buttons, is BS. And you'll find really quick, one project, one thing here, which is you can add a project, okay? And this project could be like ABC company is my company name. And this is like your one project folder that you can have. So you have a personal project folder and then you have a company project folder and you can store any workflows. And this is what a workflow is. Anytime you build one of these out, you can store it in either your personal or your company profile. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to create our first workflow together. We've clicked that button. Congratulations, you've made it this far. we're already button in either your personal or your company. Our first workflow together. We've clicked that button on into the UI for creating workflows. Before I even touch this button, I want to break down what's going on here. So in other words, you can move around, right? And you can zoom out and in, but again, backwards. These, right? You could have something for sales, something for marketing, something for recruitment, and then you can just keep it nice and organized so that you can find workflows that you build based on the tags that you add onto them. And so that's more or less that.
Hey Marcus, can you let me know, please? Can you listen to the sound of the video?
We have an editor and executions mode. So essentially between editor and executions, editor is when you're dabbling, you're creating things, you're building, right? And then with the executions, this is more like the history or the runs or the executions that you've had in the past. The reason why you'd want to go to this, and we're going to go to this later on, is because maybe there's an error, right? And this is very common in these applications where there's errors and you have to debug or figure out why there was an error and see the logs of a run, right? Cool. And so that's where the executions come in, and we're going to circle back to this later on. You can turn the workflow on and off with this toggle. You can share this with people. You can save the workflow up here every single time. You can see it's grayed out right now because there's nothing to save, or I can just hit Command S and save it as well automatically. So if I just hit Command S, you'll see that it just saved automatically there, or Control S if you're on a PC. And so that's more or less that. You have workflow history, right? So you can see all of the different changes that you've made to this particular workflow, and you can revert back if you're like, crap, I made a mistake and I want to revert back so that it's functional again. Past that, you have these 3 dots up here. You can duplicate this workflow. You can download this workflow. You can import from a file or URL. If you guys are copying my workflows, then you're going to want to import from a file, which is in the blueprints down below in the description of this. Past that, you can delete the workflow and you have settings here. I don't really come into here. I don't really change anything, but essentially this is just giving you additional information really on it. You can have, you know, anyways, like you just have things like time zones, for example, or whatnot. And so everything here, I just keep the same, but if you ever want to go into the advanced settings, you can go ahead and do so. Now on to the fun part. We've kind of gone over everything that you need to know in terms of the UI here. What we're going to do is we're going to hit this massive plus button here, okay? And essentially in this plus button, this is called a trigger, okay? A trigger is the first step. So this workflow, this Telegram workflow right here, this is the trigger. And then every single one of these other modules afterwards is an action. Which one? And what the difference is the trigger starts the workflow, the actions are what happens once the workflow is started. Okay, so for example, maybe I want to go ahead and call this AI agent. That would be an action. Maybe I want that to essentially create a social media post or a blog post for me. That is an action. I want it to update my Google Calendar. That is an action, right? So all of those things are actions. So essentially in this, we're just going to create a very simple trigger for now, and we can add on more. We can add on multiple triggers in N8N, but essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to showcase a couple common ones. So you can trigger manually here, which is just going to be like, hey, when you click this, the scenario runs. This is great if you're looking to test things out pretty fast and you just want to get something up and running. You can also just delete that, and then we're going to hit the plus button again. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to have an on chat message. And it comes up with this whole screen here. There's nothing that really needs to be changed here. It just works out of the box. And you have now this access to this chat button down here, which we can click and we can start typing in messages. Hey, this is a test. And because we haven't set anything up yet, we sent the message, but nothing's gonna happen because nothing's set up yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that, because the actual one, the actual trigger that we want to use is on a form submission. So when somebody fills out a form on our website,
Warrior Folio, let me check. So I'm guessing M Vinicius should be you from Marcos, right? The M? Yeah. Seems so, right? Oh, I don't have the... I'll do it in another browser. Wait a moment. There you go, 47. Let me check. Great. So awesome to see. From a single landing page to a complete site with multiple pages. Oh, interesting. This model integrates like true Lego pieces. Yeah, I love blocks. You should know by now, right? Developed to be 100%. OMG, this is fantastic. Let me check if it's... I've been wanting to build this for so long. I'm glad you did it. I revamped more browser mockup, blah, 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 portfolio gallery, inverse mode, module. Okay, got it. New footer layout, query boost, improved database query performance. Oh, this should be in comparison with the earlier versions. Yeah, I was looking for features only, so let's see. Blog and portfolio, analytics and newsletter. Oh, this is huge, huh? This is huge. Resume, LinkedIn, gallery and sliders for showcasing work, certificates, courses, and bio sections. Oh, I have to check this out. Maybe I will on the next stream or something. Email capture, WhatsApp web. What's WhatsApp web? And contact form. Is it the widget to speak with you on WhatsApp? Or with me, I mean? Would I put the widget that people would go and type messages and I would reply through my WhatsApp? This is interesting. This is fantastic, it seems. Now I just have to test it and see if it delivers, but it seems like, yeah, fantastic. Curious what we've done with the page builder or how we've done it. Oh yeah, this is so going to the... Yeah, I have to make a backlog for the live streaming. And I'll have to... Yeah, of course. So tell me more. What? Yeah. Yeah. So it's a link to your WhatsApp chat on the web. Oh, I have to check this out. And are you experienced with chatbots? It's something I am so crazy about right now. So crazy. Just like few months ago, I discovered and played with, and I have some. So function uses, which are some chats with MCP or just a function use, which is just your custom endpoint, right? And this combined with reg, it's so powerful for so many use cases that I felt so excited in this space. And yeah, that's why the live streams are back, because yeah, I have to find the common ground of something that excites me, and yeah, it's a way of coming back to streams and exploring something, because if I would be waiting for some time to do some stuff, yeah, I would never do it, right? Did I read Notion somewhere? No. Yeah, it seemed like, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'm saving it for checking later. Nice. Congratulations, Marcos. It seems really nice, and yeah, it has to be...
Hey, in this video I'm going to show you how
to get it out. It has to be out there in the wild, more used. I'll also want to explore LLMs and PHP. Someone told me this video as well, which is Alfred Newtile. Yeah. which seems strong in the N8N scene. Okay, so we are back in our N8N. Let's see what John
then
wants to
we're
say.
going to go ahead and start this workflow. So let's go through this together. So we have at the start of this page, we have 3 different
it
tabs
seems like
here.
we are going to study together.
On the left-hand side,
can,
this is the input
share
to the
stuff
tab.
along
So
the
this
way.
is the data that's coming in. In other words, when somebody submits that form and they say their name is John O'Catliff, that will have that person's name on the right, on the left-hand side here. And then on the other side, we have the output, which we're sending to the next module. So for example, when this trigger happens, we send that, right? We send that to the next module here, right? And so what's the data that we're sending over here? And that's going to be listed here. And then essentially everything else on this page is the system inputs. So we can see on this page here that we have a URL here, right? And this URL is going to be the form URL. So if we were to open this up, this would be the form URL. And then we have additional settings for this, which we aren't actually going to touch, which is like authentication. Essentially, you can like lock the form, so somebody needs to have like a password or whatever. But we're going to go ahead, for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to create this form submission. So I've gone ahead and I've clicked this, and I've copied this into a new tab, and we can see that right now the form trigger isn't listening yet. Click test step button in your form trigger, right? So the reason this is happening is because we haven't created the form yet. So let's go ahead and do that. The first thing that I want to do here is I want to create the form title. So let's go ahead and call this test form, okay? And then what we're going to do, because we have the form title, is we're going to add in fields, right? We're going to add in things like first name and last name and email and phone number and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do first name, and this is going to be a text field here, right? So you can change this to text, to date, to email, to whatever. I'm just going to keep it simple, and it's going to be a text field, and we're going to add another form element here. And this time it's going to be last name. And we're going to do this again to email. And then let's just add a couple more things to this form as well. I want to add in budget. I want to be like, hey, how much are we charging people? And this time what we're going to do is we're actually going to change this element type here. And this time it's going to be a drop down. So we're going to choose from the element in by time from the next tag for now. This is great if you're looking here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to showcase a couple common ones. So this is great if you're looking to test things. And then we're going to on thing that really needs chat message. And then this where, which is going to happen because when somebody fills out a form want to use is on a form submission. So when somebody fills out a form on our website, then we're going to go ahead and start this workflow. So let's go through this together. So we have at the start, so let's form on our web. I'm going to go ahead and is on a form.
Oh, on form submission directly here. Okay.
Submission. So when somebody fills out a form on our website, then we're going to go ahead and start this workflow. So let's go through this together. So we have at the start of this page, we have 3 different tabs here. On the left-hand side, this is the input to the tab. So this is the data that's coming in. In other words, when somebody submits that form and they say their name is John O'Catliff, leave a comment or message, right? And so this is we from like $1,000, and the next client or the next option here is maybe like $1,000 plus, right? And so those are the 2 options. And then lastly, we might have, not an option here, but we're going to have another field here, and this is going to be a message. So maybe somebody wants to leave a comment or message, right? And so this is pretty much it. We've entered in everything on this form, and we can come back to this URL here. We can copy it by clicking on it, and then we're going to enter this into another page here. We can still see that it's not listening yet because we have to hit this test step button here. And now our form has been created. We've added in the first name and the last name and the email and the budget and the message, and all of the stuff's entered in. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add in my details here, okay? And we'll go ahead and submit this form. Let's say in this instance, we have a budget of $1,000, and I'm just gonna leave like a test message here. We can go ahead and click submit. And now that that form has been submitted, you have officially clicked N8N. Entered in everything on this form, and we can come back to this URL here. We can copy it by clicking on it, and then we're going to enter this into come back to this URL here. We can copy it by clicking on it, and then we're going to enter this in. Come back to this URL here. We can copy it by clicking on it, and then we're going to enter this in. Come back to this URL here. We can copy and the email and the budget and the message and all of this stuff. This URL here. We can copy and the email and the budget and the message and all of this stuff. This URL here. We can copy and the email and the budget and the message. In this instance, we have a budget of $1,000, and I'm just going to leave like a test message here. We can go ahead and click submit, and now that that form has been submitted, you have officially received data, right? And so we have our inputs,
hey everyone,
and the output
welcome.
is what we've received from the form. So all of this data here is going to.
So I hope you enjoy the stream. It's just me learning something very, very well, that I think it's very powerful. What is it? It's N8N. It's to make all sorts of automations. So you can see, so the goal is to make automations with AI, chatbots and AI, and I want to show you something, just some workflow. Here it is, moment, yeah.
To the next small hand side, what I'm testing, and that's that we want that of. So let's start of this page. We have this is the input.
So this is the video I found.
So this to the every
yeah. So yeah, you see all these things can be done without coding, and it can be a Telegram trigger, but it could also be an endpoint from our application that would call this endpoint. And there are so many integrations with AI and agents and tools and RAG and MCP. It's crazy. So yeah, it's something I really want to explore more. I've tried some MCPs, some played with stuff, but all code. And I want to get an hybrid thing using no-code tools like this and my coding projects that I already do, and I want to combine them and get some powerful result. Yeah, that's what I would like to reach. Yes, exactly. Automation. It's not paid. I'm running it locally thanks to Docker. So all we have to do is, whoops, not this. All we have to do is to have Docker installed in our machine, or just a VPS or something. It is a paid product on the cloud, but we can self-host it. So we can use it in our machine or in our servers where we have our applications, just by having these 15 lines of code. And I was just making some tests so that I could trigger a webhook. I didn't do a lot of application just for that. I just did the bash thing, and that's it. I saved the credentials that I registered, and from here I'm running, whoops, the second browser, yeah. So this is localhost 5678, and I was just testing some botting stuff, which is making a form submission. And yeah, I was following this video, and yeah, this is where I am. Nuno Maduro never used N8N, so you should try it. Utkar seems like he knows it, yeah. He knows that is free locally. Alexander is asking, yeah, so we can use it for free, yeah. Both locally and on the server. There are some conditions in terms of revenue of companies, etc. But for freelancers, for developers like us, and the license is very, very permissive. It's being used across all over the world with so many people because of this allowing to self-host. And yeah, I totally recommend. I'm following this video from Jono, so it seemed like well, a beginner's guide. So I want to learn the fundamentals, but if you want to jump that, you can just copy import templates, like import export, and you can jump into complex scenarios really quick. I just like to learn the fundamentals so that when things go wrong or I don't know what's going on in a complex scenario, I can like open the box, go inside and know what's going on. So that's why typically I like to start slow, learning fundamentals, and then iterate. Yeah. Yeah, so Utkar is using a lot, I can see. Pick and flow, yay! From Coolify. When I stopped contributing, I guess you started or something like, we'd never speak, I guess, about it. Dale con todo, Patricio. Hey, Transecode. Nuno raided. Yeah, thank you so much, Nuno, again, for the raid. And yeah, hello, everyone. Everyone's saying hi. I hope you have some fun. Yeah. So I can show you what I've done before. So we are testing a form submission, but I can add like a first test. And if we go on a webhook call, we can add some authentication via basic auth or some authentication header. JWT is an option as well. I'll keep it blank. And we have some methods that we can accept. We can write some expression, which is JavaScript interpolation. So you can learn all about it on how to use variables and state that comes from one node to the other. So that these little nodes, they change, mutate state, right? And go along the way. So I'm going to go and listen to a test event. I'm going to go and copy this. It should be the same or probably not. So I'm going to go into code and I'm going to go and change this really quick. And it's different, yeah. So I should be able to run the call again, run call. And why didn't it work? Yeah, I just tested like so. Yeah, and so it was detected the call, and yeah, that's it. We could be triggering this from our own application. So right now, wanted to check this kind of thing, which is the form submission. I was following from the video from Jono. If you want to tag along.
That we're sending. Now our form has here. And this time it's going to be a drop down. So we're going to choose from the drop down list, and it's going to give us the option to enter in additional options here. So what we can do is we can have like a budget field here from like $0 to $1,000. Maybe one client wants to spend between $0 and $1,000, and the next client or the next option here is maybe like $1,000 plus, right? And so those are the two options. And then lastly, we might have, not an option here, but we're going to have another field here, and this is going to be a message. So maybe somebody wants to leave a comment or message, right? And so this is pretty much it. We've entered in everything or maybe one client. I want to add in this time type here, and this time it's going to be a option to enter in additional options here. So what we can do is we can have like a budget field here from like $0 to $1,000. Maybe one client.
Okay, yeah, oh, so the arrows, yeah, you can have arrows, free writing, or rectangles. And yeah, when you're writing free, we can also shift, and that's a line. You can show colors. And if you want to do that, you can find Presentify, which is a one-time purchase. It's quite cheap, but it's also in Set App, which is like you pay a subscription and you have a bunch of applications. Yeah, so this is the app, and that's it. So for streaming, I'm using Streamlabs. It's a modified OBS version, and I'm just trying this thing out after a long break. And yeah, it's lots of stuff new to me. Let's see. Nuno gave me a tremendous help, so that's perfect. Yeah, JSON format to export and import nodes. Okay, Karsh. I hope I pronounced correctly. Hello, Karsh. Thank you, and sorry if I mispronounced your name before.
One client wants to spend between $0 and $1,000, and right, and so those are the two options. And another field here, and this is, and we can come back to this URL here. We can copy it by clicking on it, and then we're going to enter this into another page here. We can still see that it's not listening yet because we have to hit this test step button here. And now,
so we have to hit the test button. But where is that test button? I don't see a test button. It's here, but complete required fields first. Huh? Why aren't those? Huh. Yes, exactly, Drake. Like make.com, and there are more. Zapier, Make, IfTTT. It's just that you can self-host it and control it, and yeah, that's fantastic. That's what we like. I don't know why are the required fields. Why can't I test it? Oh, maybe I have to. Oh, silly me. But it's not pointing as a. Yeah, so title. It wasn't these required fields, but the others. So if I'm gonna go and test step, yeah, I can fill it. I submit 3 books. Oh, nice. Hey, Happy Fruit, thank you for the following, and everyone, of course. When you raided, boom, 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 so many people joining, it was overwhelming, but thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so we have a form submission.
Now our form has been forward. Show, clear, create first module by hitting this plus button.
That is a form submission.
Sheets up at the top here, and we're going to go into Google Sheets. And there is a lot of different stuff here. I mean, let's just take a look at this, for example. We can create sheets, we can delete sheets, we can append, we can,
yes.
We can append or add, we can clear, create, delete.
I was excited as well many years ago in the Raspberry Pi era when, yeah. But then it seemed like N8N took over the world. AI and N8N workflows are like crazy all over. Top 485 automation. So like the community is crazy at speed, like building these workflows. And we can come here and a reminder system with GPT-4o and Telegram. And I haven't used this very well. We can just copy template to clipboard, and if all goes well, we could just use it right now. You know what I mean? It's just insane. Let's see if we can even import it. How would we import it? So back to Canvas, overview, save this workflow, my workflow. So I would want to create a new one. I would import from URL, from file. Oh, this is not good. I would want the file to exist. Come on. So, okay, I'm gonna create a file. So first, template. And I'm gonna save it in downloads. Okay. I'm gonna import from downloads, template. Let's go. Yeah, so we have all these done already. So we just would have to set up the credentials to go to Google Calendar, right? This is some local check, it seems. Yeah, we get data that comes from before. So you see, this is why I don't like to jump into complex scenarios. Because then I get lost, right? So I want to do small missions, and I'll publish a roadmap, and I'll also share my journey and how I'm going. And I want to make it a really easy roadmap and approachable to people to join, of course, and also do it and share stuff. Yeah, so we are going to OpenAI, so we would need a connection to OpenAI, yeah, and then to Telegram as well, yeah. And yeah, so I can save it just because. So I would have to go before, I've been checking, so credentials, we would add our OpenAI key, right? And we could start using that node. So this is crazy. It took me like this amount of time, few seconds to do all that, right? So insane in, yeah, so I guess in these 20 seconds, we can realize why this has been growing so much in popularity. Yes, Speak, it will be available. I haven't done much in terms of like it took a lot of time to do a few steps because I was yeah, following along, and yeah, but I don't know if it's very consumable, right? It's not like I'm deep coding and blah blah blah. This is all this to say that I can't promise. I would like to make like a short from this tomorrow or other day, making a short video for how is it called? A summary video. I can't promise that, but the VOD, yes, the VOD, it will be available. So yeah, let's get back at our first workflow. And we want to do some task after the first.
Delete, and so on and so forth. But we can even go further and we can create triggers. So take how we had, for example, this form submission. We could have swapped this out and had a different trigger, such as when a row is added or updated in Google Sheets, right? So these are just different triggers here, for example, as well.
This is the other way. On a Google Sheet, when a row is added, we can get it on N8N and act accordingly. This is crazy.
This tutorial, what I want to do is I want to use this update and append row in Google Sheets. And what this does is one of two things. First of all, you can either append it, which is a fancy way of saying, hey, we are going to we're going to add a row to Google Sheets, or we're going to update it if it exists. So that's one of two things. We're either going to create it if it doesn't exist. I'm going to have all the data that we got from the left side here. First name, last name, email, budget, message, all that kind of stuff. We can see it in schema. We can see it in table view. We can see it in JSON view. 3 different ways to see the same data. Now what we need to do is add this into a Google Sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in sheets.google.com into the dashboard or into the URL up top here. And I'm going to create a blank spreadsheet here. Okay. And I'm dragging this over, and this will be in the blueprints as well. But essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy what I have here just to speed this up. And if you guys want to pause or download the sheet or whatnot, you can do so. We just have essentially these columns. We're going to have first name, last name, email, budget, message, date, and rejected. Even if what we want to do is send data from N8N.
So yeah. Yes, prepared this stuff before, of course. I haven't.
Into this Google Sheet here. And so how we do that is by first of all creating credentials up here. What this means is we're giving N8N permission to do things in Google. Those are the most common things to do is create by hitting the plus button. And then we're just going to sign into our Google account. It's going to redirect us over to authenticate. I'm going to hit my account here, click continue, which is giving it permission to do things. So now that we've gone ahead and done that, we can move on with this. Moving forward, we're going to choose.
Hey Nick, long time no see, huh? Woof, long pause. There was so much going on in my life, yeah. Well, I'm back, and with a twist, yeah, with AI and well, the ultimate goal is to have chatbots with RAG and MCP function usings function use of our programming things, right? So that would be more or less the end goal. But of course, I want to learn the fundamentals, so we'll be iterating. I would love to get to that point. I should have done a screenshot. Yeah, I'm learning. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know N8N, of course. I can understand. 2755. Yeah. So I want to start with something simpler before. Maybe it's just some triggers, some automations. When I get some email contains this, do that, or maybe some reminders. So yeah, learn a straight answer or getting back to an actual answer. The goal is for chatbots with RAG. For people who doesn't know what RAG is to persist documents, information in the database so that an AI can get it, just the relevant information so that they can learn about your information to reply to you. So this is RAG, and MCP or functions is to provide the AI your own endpoints, your own functions that you program, and like so you can add functionality to the AI in your business. So all this together with chatbots on the website, on WhatsApp, Telegram, Omnichannel, etc. It's eye-opening for me, and the speed at which we can make some stuff, some workflows, and get them involved in our infrastructure, it's so fantastic. So yeah, I'll be exploring these topics over the streams. Yeah. After a long pause of Laravel and other streams, I got so much more excited with this. So yeah, that is the plan. I hope you enjoy it. how have you been? You were very deep into Livewire. You knew a lot about it. Have you continued to use it? Are you happy with it and all?
Here, right? And so what's the data that we're sending over here? And that's to create. We're going to add this on form submission. So all the data that we got from you need to do this moving and unique identifier. No two people have the same email address in the world, right? Nobody has the same email address. Phone number is another one, and this is supposed to be a phone number, and the other most common one that people use is an ID string. Like so this could be like a long ID string, like 1G27T5, and so on and so forth. But for the purposes of this, we're just going to use the email because we just got that on the form, and so we're going to search by email.
Yeah, so he's matching the email to decide whether to insert or to update the row.
And we're going to see, does this email exist? And if it does, we're going to update it. If it doesn't, we're going to create it. So I'm going to exit off of this, and we're going to test this Google Sheets here. And so it looks like it ran successfully. And now we have the data here. If we try it again, this time, it's going to...
I've been integrating Google Sheets in a Laravel application, and I don't know, it took me a gazillion times more. Yeah, we can do it in seconds here. It's insane.
To update it because it found that existing email, right? And so if we were to come back into the mock data this time by double clicking there, we were to edit the mock data, and I was to put like bob@gmail.com and save this and then click off of this and test it again. Now we're going to add another row because it's like, whoa. We can't find bob@gmail.com. We only have JC Catlett. I can't believe I got
insane. It's crazy. Yeah, Nick is still in love with Livewire. Yeah, it's so fantastic. I'm actually impressed. I don't know if you're gonna, at least before, I didn't enjoy React at all. But after trying the vibe coding, that I don't vibe code, but I do ask a lot of help to AI for some stuff, for some discrete tasks. And man, it's insane how well it can work with ShotCN. And I'm kind of converting and, well, you know Mingle.js, right? So we can use both. And yeah, I'm kind of in between to to maybe try out a small application or something like that. But with AI doing the thing, yeah, I don't see myself using React. It's very low level, yeah, for me.
I got my name wrong there, at gmail.com. So that's kind of more or less how this works. If you guys made it this far, you've already done a massive amount of the heavy lifting. You're already really starting to move forward here. And I want to talk about download. Now you can show you this out of here, right here. And essentially fixed, you can just think about it like text. You're just saying any text, it's just a string, right? And an expression is kind of like this, right? So essentially an expression is a custom variable that you pass through that will change every single time. So the first time you submit a form, it might be Jono at DJ
welcome
or at gmail.com.
I hope
the second time it might be Bob at gmail.com. The third time it might be Stacy at gmail.com. So this is a custom variable that always changes every single time. And we can add in our own custom variables through functions here. And so if we go over to expressions, we can write our own function. So I'm going to type in curly brace on my keyboard. I'm just literally typing this in on the keyboard. You can find this and type this in. And anything in here is going to be treated as JavaScript. Now you guys do not need to know JavaScript at all, but we can add in some very simple functions. So for
what do you think? Do we need to know JavaScript?
example, I could hit $, and keep in mind, this is all boilerplate. I'm not doing anything fancy. This is just something you have to do every single time. And you can see it with all of these too. You have double bracket and you have $ up here and then double bracket at the end. So this is just boilerplate. And we can type in something like now, for example. And now it's going to give us the exact date and time that this was submitted, right? And so this is just one of many functions. We can circle back and take a look by hitting the double curly braces and the $sign. And there's just a lot of stuff in here that we can see. And so we're going to get further into this later on, but essentially these are the kind of things that you can enter in there as well, right?
I actually love JavaScript. It's just that the more near I am to Laravel, the more fast I feel. But I do love it when we have to go there, because we can't do PHP everywhere, right? Not on every project, not on every... Yeah.
And so this is more or less how functions work in N8N. And a lot of passing. Essentially,
I have to try something. We have to do something.
And so if it's true, is check this on and off. But I want to do, and so easy. Addition is to showcase.
What's happening next? Are you sure you want to clear? Oh, it's
essentially it's a conditional statement where if it's false, true, the dollars would be false. So like, or it would all be $10,000, or if I can just, right, that they put. So it takes 3 parameters. So I'm going to put 3 parameters here, which is the...
Thanks for the follow. Marco Vinicius, right?
Nice little quotations, just so you can see. This is the condition. If the condition is true, this fires off. If the condition is false, this fires off. And all we want to do here is say...
This is not JavaScript. What is this? What is this? This is not this is like Excel and JavaScript and
if
the baby,
the condition is true that it is not rejected, be easier, sorry, I'm just redoing this again. We're going to take a look and see if the condition is $1,000 or more. And so when we looked at our form, we have the 2 variables here, $1,000 plus or 0 or 1 to $1,000.
Function,
and so if, for example, and I'm going to pull in the budget here, I'm going to drag this, I'm going to drag it
like
right
in a
here.
Express
So I just dragged it before this. If this equals,
and we could put some code. We are
$1,000
need meta programming, right?
Plus,
what do you think,
then
guys?
They're not going to be rejected. It's false. They're not rejected. It reject. And this is important.
This is cool for power users, in my opinion. I mean, for people that love Excel and are used to make formulas and such. But I
put the double, should have put the script thing to or
that this would be good for us.
3. And essentially it's not going to be, but the budget, the dollars.
Okay, so I think I have the mission for
we
today.
have switch statements. So let's break down what these are. I want to add a budget is 0, asking for a job for $0 to $100. My minimum, my maximum is $1,000. Maybe I just don't even want to enter this, right? And so we're gonna remove those people, so we can come back into the form section here. Just was too much of a coincidence. And in the drop down, we can just add another field. And so if we were to test up like 3
just one Marcus
filter in to this, I'm just exactly match with this, and maybe this is like $100. And so let's go ahead and let's test this example out, and I'm going to stop listening because I need to grab this form and just paste that into a new field here. We can go ahead and test this form out.
React does have a package for everything, right? There are some for Vue as well in this case, actually, because I've been searching, but for each one package in Vue or Svelte, there are 10 in React, right? And it's insane. How did that language or framework, library, is so much more massively used than other ones.
Up top here, just by refreshing it, and then we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead, test this 0 to $100. It's now gone ahead and updated this with a $0 to $100 budget. And it's rejected this person, and we can see that it was discarded up top here. So in other words, it didn't pass this filter here because the value was $0 to $100. So we've effectively filtered out people where it's like, it's not even worth our time. And the reason, let's continue on here, but maybe there's like people in this category here that have PHP. I'm going to delete this.
That's the idea. We don't need to like do the example as is, right? We just want to learn the thing.
Send a Gmail email to them, and we're just going to type in email, and we're going to type in send, and we're going to send a particular message
from an email.
And maybe we want to send different messages, like, hey, if you only have $200, I'll get back to you when I'm available, and if you have over $1,000, it's like, okay,
Hey, so Peak has been using Claude to create the front-end components in Alpine. It's pretty impressive what it can do, and because it's customized exactly to my needs, it's small and fast. Oh yeah, that's my preference to date. Are you using Claude Code, or are you using it via API on a front end, on a client, on an API client, or the Claude or the official Claude? I don't know if you've heard or used Claude Code on the CLI, which I am, and it's fantastic. So if you haven't, let me know and I'll show you, or I can show you guys if we can. For example, let's use Claude Code. Well, to make N8N, we have to make something, right? Oh, sorry, I'm always opening the wrong project. So let's say I want to add a curl, but I don't know how to add a JSON by memory, right? So let's say I wanted to create a function which will trigger our N8N that we will do, and depending on information we can reply with something else. So maybe we can we will post requests with name and books that we read per week, and depending on some number that we will implement on N8N, and depending on backend logic, we get a fast reader or great reader or not, or you scroll too much. Right? So we just want to make a post request. So what I'm going to do is so Pick and Flow didn't install it yet. So both for Pick and everyone, I will just do a small demonstration. So I'm just on the folder of the project. I can use VS Code, PHP Storm, whatever, any IDE, because this runs in the CLI. So I'm just gonna go and hit Claude. I will allow to read the contents in this folder, and I'm just gonna speak with Claude, right? I can make a rules file, etc. So I'll just say in the run file, let's add a function that executes a post request to, well, I don't have the endpoint right now. I will replace it later. So that makes a post request to this and provides JSON data with name equals Patricio and books equals, I don't know, 3. I'll just have it running, and that's it. It's agentic. It's like cursor, windsurf. Sorry. So it will read a file, blah, 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 ask me if it can make changes. It will, on more complex tasks, it will just iterate and think and reason and all. It's fantastic. And here we go. we have directly in the file what we need, what we asked. And it's the same for Laravel code, for React code, Alpine code as well. It will work, and it will be changing multiple files, models, factories, seeders. It's saving me so much time in Filament, even with, whoa, it's so good. I highly recommend everyone to just try Claude Code. Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. And I spent 7 cents for this. Yeah, fantastic. And we will use this. I'm getting a little bit...
Okay, we gotta jump on a call immediately. And so let's go ahead and very allow account and go. And
tired of just watching video. I want to do something.
An automatic open, and this is on my ABC. And
we'll be
we can type in
a little bit,
whether you go down. We're going to filter.
But yeah, it's insane how if we are willing to watch a 50-minute video, we will be able, just by going online on N8N and purchasing a subscription, or if we are developers and we can self-host, etc. Hey, how many steps do we have to go to make such a complex thing, right? It's fantastic. Okay, so let's try and run something. So I'm gonna go and put it here. So the form submission, do I want to save it? Probably not. Can I deactivate it? No, I'll just get back. I'll save. So the first one, I wanted to rename it. Yeah, so form submission test. That's it. And this one was, what was this? Yeah, Google Calendar event reminder. Oh, it's so awesome. Come on, this is so good. Pick and Flow is saying, oh wow, so like Windsurf except without VS Code wrapper. That's awesome. Yeah, that's why. Oh, you prefer IntelliJ? Yeah, that's an awesome IDE for sure. Yeah, so you can do it. I do recommend you to use iTerm because there's a plugin for multi-line. Where is it? Terminal setup. Yeah, so we can use Shift Enter for new lines. So to do code pasting and do stuff like this, right? It's only available in iTerm and other. So I don't use the integrated terminal. I didn't before. I just use both, just depending. So yeah, just go for iTerm and you can do that. And yeah, it's fantastic. So I'm going to go and create a new workflow. And we are receiving an event that right now it will be from a bash script, but I'm thinking on doing this from my Laravel application or my Node application, right? So I'm gonna go and get a webhook call, and I'll allow post verbs. I could have a path, so post books. Yeah, so I don't know. Book reads, and I'll have it without authentication for now, and I'll copy the URL. I will listen for the test event. Let's have it here. So test event, let's go, paste. Yeah, so it's a curl -x post, this endpoint, application JSON, and the raw JSON. Here we go. So if I were to run post, I'll call it book reads. Yeah. So if I were to run that, what's happening? Oh, I know what's happening. It's not running the code. So silly. Here we go. That's why it wasn't running before the call. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just run the book reads function. And there we go. It's running. And I'm thinking in my mind to make this from a Laravel application. But just to be able to do it from a bash script and calling this, it's insane to me. It's insane to me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm calling this webhook. So now I want to know. I want to say, hello, Patricio, you are a good reader or you scroll too much. And I want to do this because if you're scrolling, you're not reading, right? I think that's the joke. Okay, never mind. I just want to do something programmatically and it will be direct reply. Oh, something. Yeah. So we don't respond immediately. This is to QE the job, right? No. I want to get the last node. When the last node finishes, it will give a reply, hopefully, or we will respond to webhook node. Yeah, so I think that will be best. And I will want to introduce some JavaScript, not that meta JavaScript that we've seen before. Yeah, so we can see these template details. Yeah, we can do so much stuff, but I'm trying my best to keep it simple, right? I want to learn the fundamentals and then we jump to this AI kind of stuff. So you see an example and, oh, it's insane. So let's use for free. Because it's a marketplace, of course, there are some to buy, but it's insane the amount of stuff available. So, copy template to clipboard. That's it. Paste into it. Oh, we can paste it. So if I were to back to Canvas, I will say the book readers endpoint just for, yeah, and I will put this on a repo, of course. So can I open a new tab and just probably, yeah, right? So I'm going to create a workflow, paste. God damn it. Look at this. So beautiful, right? OMG. There's a webhook ready to run. This is insane. You see? So the meta JavaScript. What is this? $JSON query first name. No. I would want this to be... Can't I have a JavaScript function? Just like a serverless, like a Lambda or something? Yeah, we can get $now, $today, $vars. Oh, yeah, so we cannot get this on the self-hosted version, right? Execution, ID, mode, resume, workflow. Yeah, got it. But I want to run JavaScript. I want to have some code. Let's look at what we can get. So N8N, JavaScript, script. Yeah. Using the code node. Yeah, that's what we want. We are code folks, right? Querying JSON. Okay, cool. So supports Node.js. Promises. Okay, so we can even do Axios to Laravel back. Insane. Right into your console log. So this is good. OMG. We can enable modules, so we can bring node modules. We will allow some. Okay. Fantastic. Whoa, moment. Oh, right. If we self-host, we can enable. If we use cloud, oh, damn it. Yeah, so, but for now we're self-hosting, so, and I think I will be for a long time. I'm not enterprise or anything, so for now, yeah, I'm happy I can bring node modules if I want to. Python support for all Pythonistas out there. File system, I can do HTTP requests. Okay, so code node and expressions editor. Yeah, so that's the difference. It's not code, it's expressions. It's like formulas in Excel or something. Okay, so let's use a code node, shall we? Advanced AI, action, Telegram, Notion, reading from... Oh, this is gonna be so fantastic. Aha! We can run custom JavaScript or Python code. How cool is that? I'm so excited about this. Yeah. Because of course we can code. We are clever people, right? But hey, we don't have to code all and everything. So it's insane. It's insane. Okay, let's go. Let's use code. And that's it. I want to read webhook. This is so cool. We have our headers, params, query, body, and we already called Patricio and free. So we have the example. We can even drag and drop. Insane. Woo. Okay, so we're gonna return. So JavaScript, Python is better. Okay, so run this code only once, no matter how input items are there. What's an input item? It's one webhook. What is having like handling multiple requests in the same function? That cannot be it. Okay, so we have the same context as in expressions with now, today, vars, execution, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what is this item.json dollar input. So it runs as many times as there are input items. I'm not following. What is this? Okay, so let's go. Where is the docs for code? Here we are. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm loving this ecosystem. What do you guys think about it? Have you followed the last 5 or 7 minutes? Isn't this great? Choose a mode. This is the default mode, run once for all items. When your workflow runs, the code in the code node executes once. Whoa. So I'm on the same spot as we started. I guess we were here already even. Okay, not good, not good. So let's go. Oh, this is the other tab. Okay, so let's run once and let's learn it. So I'm just gonna go in console.log. Oh, we have the variables here. Input.all. And that is the payload that will go to the next node, probably. So Okay, so body. Oh, so what was, that's why they want to modify. They want to mutate state because of that. So I'm just going to go in console log the item. I want to see what's going on. So I want to test the step. No fields. Oh, okay. So I need to run again. Oh, what happens on error and so on. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, so I want to execute. Waiting for you to call. Okay. Bam. Workflow could not be started. Oh, this is not good. Yeah, I guess we need no respond to webhook. Exactly. We have decided that. So where's the respond? Respond to webhook. Exactly. The input. Oh, because we have to execute previous nodes. It's the code. Okay. Wait. No, this is, we don't want anything else. So we're gonna test it. We're gonna call it. Ah, cool. You see, so we return this full object. Okay, so that's the object. Let's put it. Okay. Bam. So what I want to do is console log.item. Can I see it running? Where do I see the console log? Do I see it in the browser? In the inspector? Really? Maybe. Why not? Why not? Right? And we do. So JSON, paired item, body, OMG, loop over the input items. This is kind of crazy to me. That's because of my console log, is it? Because let me check my log. Testing step, my log. So no question there, it's my log. So I guess we have to go inside item, right? But I just wanna, my new field equals 1. Item.json. We can get the query param. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'll get name, and I guess it has to be item.json .body input first. It's so weird to me. Loop over input items. There's gotta be something here I'm not following. Is it because this code could have inputs from multiple nodes or something like that? I think yeah, I think that must be it. Never mind. Let's just evaluate something. So if books, right? If this is then this is a little bit weird, but okay. Approved or return false. Type boolean is not assignable to type N8N output items. We have some reading to do. Where's the reference? Yeah, so this is kind of hard. Yeah, there's some learning curve, no doubt about it. What time is it? Okay. Okay, so if that's under 5, then the message I am mutating the body. What's happening here? This is very, very bad. So let's just change JSON message equals scroller. You're a scroller. Right? Else the message will be, what a great reader. Yay. Okay, we're gonna go in console.log. That's it. What else? Nothing more. Item is declared, but its value is never read. Yeah, I don't care. Let's go. Oh yeah, so the JSON, I can read it. You're a scroller. Perfect. So I now did some logic. I'm gonna save, but before, when I respond to webhook, so the thing is, what are we going to respond? We have the message already. Custom JSON body. Yeah, we can get the expression. Okay. Aha. And now I'll get the message, and the message going to be JavaScript. But I added the value, right? The message. Here it is, because we've tried it. Oh, this is so good. So good. What do you guys think? I like it. I like it. Invalid JSON response, of course. If that's the JavaScript, to make it valid JSON should be something like that, right? Yep. So let's go back, save. Fantastic. So I'm gonna go on the bash, and if all goes well, testing, it's now listening. I'm gonna go and call the book read with 9 books. Yay! And I got a great reader. Oh, so that task completed is something else, okay? It's related to the bash script. Oh yeah, we gotta enable the endpoint again. And yeah, we got, oh, and now I'm timing the thing. Yeah, never mind. The message is this only. What a great reader. But if I were to invoke it with a 3 or with a 2, whatever, because I've done 2 already. Oh, damn it. Book reads with 9? Damn it. Okay, with 9, what a great reader. With 2, don't forget to enable the endpoint. And you're a scroller if you read 2 books per week, but you're a great reader if you read 9. So this is, I'm impressed, right? Of course, there's nothing to be impressed over here. It's just basic things, but we do have other endpoints, as you've seen, with spreadsheets and calendars and telegrams that we will be able to explore and to go. So this is fantastic. And I'll be closing like this for today. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait to keep trying it. Hey, thank you, bro. You're still there. Didn't expect. Thank you. What did you think about this? I mean, of course, just replying with the amount of books is nothing. That's 2 minutes in Laravel. But look at the amount of stuff that we can integrate. And when we go to AI, prompt engineering and tools and memories and whoa, there's so much. And of course, there's already so much content out there. I think it's going to be great to do reg and function use from there instead of having to code all. Oh, so the arrows on the stream, it's Presentify. I don't know if you have, probably not, right? But I think I told you about this. So this is Presentify. It's one-time purchase. It's cheap. It's like, I don't know, $5 or $6. I don't know. And you get it for life. But also, if you don't know, yeah, I should make a referral link. I think I have one. But in setup, yeah, I'll leave it in the description maybe. Yeah, you can, on a subscription, right? You can get like 20,000 applications, including Table Plus and others. Another very good one is Bolt AI, and yeah, you can have Bolt AI. Remind me to show you. You can, like, just with API keys, you can consume OpenAI, Replicate, Mistral, Anthropic. Yeah. So yeah, Presentify. And Setup if you want to explore a dozen more applications or more. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Again, bro, thank you for the ride. It was amazing. And yeah, I hope I see everyone really soon. Next Wednesday evening, again, 10 p.m. Lisbon time, to continue this chatbot's journey. Right now it's N8N. There will be more tools on the path. I have them already. Yeah. Thank you for joining, and see you on a next one. Thank you so much. Hey, bro. Yeah, and PHP as well, of course. What else would we be using? Look at my ending soon stream. Fantastic.